If you could see the way my legs are right now, I would try to describe it to you, but... Well, okay, so I'm like lunging forward. My back leg is straight back behind me. The front leg is bent. Basically like a gladiator. It's a warrior pose, let's say. Yeah, oh yeah, that's good. But it's a war. Well, this is what we made today. Welcome to life in Florals and the end of the world. I want to do that again without doing this with my face. My face is always like, can I do it? Can I sing the song without doing that one? This is life in Florals. Like this. This is life in Florals and the end of the world. This is what we made today. This is what was in the garden. What's up with me? Hurt my finger earlier this week. I think it was when I was assembling plastic composter that I got. Flipped my nail back, thought nothing of it, kept on working. Got a horrible staph infection. Got a tetanus shot, on a round of antibiotics now. My finger started to look like a zombie finger. It was quite scary. I'm all better now. I'm on day 4 of antibiotics. This was the most pain I've ever experienced, and I've had 2 children, one without drugs. We got all kinds of stuff going on in the garden. I would be happy to show you what's going on over there. This episode's a little spicy, I will say. If you're not here for a little bit of spiciness, if you're following a show called Life in Florals and the End of the World, and you don't expect a little bit of spiciness, well... Okay, now I'm gonna do partial splits. There we go. This has been a great intro. So let's go check out what's in the garden. Transition. Alright, here we go again. These anemones are called caramel white peonies. You would never harvest a peony at this stage. However, I did. More tulips. Oh, and we've got columbine. Yeah. Aside from the tulips, most of what we're using today was already in the garden. Not stuff I planted. It's stuff the gardener who built these gardens and passed away the year before I bought this place. These are all things that she put in the garden. We've got forget-me-nots, lily of the valley. I keep saying we're using the last of the daffodils. I do think these are probably the last of the daffodils for this season. And then a really wonderful mix. So we've got columbine, Virginia bluebells, bleeding heart, the first of the globe allium, which is everywhere. And there's multiple different kinds of globe alliums. So we got lots to work with. And then I went to the thrift store and I got this like cool old tea set. Cool thrift store find, $2. $2. $2. I think I'm gonna use this one. That comes right off. $2. just like casual Prince Edward Island thrifting. So I'm also gonna try to do something a little smaller, and I want a real mix. The tulips kind of like had me feeling a little homogenized in my design thinking. Wire in there. I've had so much on my mind this week. My brain has just been very busy thinking about the world. Like, I left Alberta, right? That's the story that I have shared a little bit here. I left Alberta because of petrostate reasons. Did you know that Alberta is becoming the data center development capital of Canada, and that there's many projects that are already on the go throughout southern Alberta that none of the citizens even know about? You know, pollution, and because they're all gas powered and it's all like this dirty, I don't know, maybe this is like too negative to get into right off the bat, but this is life on Florals at the end of the world. We're not just gonna like escape into the la la la. What we've got here are the florals to reassure us that there is still beauty in the world, that we're gonna be okay. However, we cannot avoid the ugliness right now because it's everywhere. Less so over at my place. I saw what was happening. It wasn't what was happening that really freaked me out. It was more that every person in a position of power or leadership wasn't doing fuck all about it. That's the part that really disturbed me. The complacency and the wait and see and the, let's not be alarmists. Very moderate, very like diplomatic, patronizing throughout all echelons of leadership. That's what really scared me. Not only are they not helping, but they just seem to be like okay with what's happening. So that was when I was like, okay, I'll just like boom, 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 move to the East Coast. Not that the East Coast, listen, I have a lot to say today. I did not come to PEI, this romanticized idea of like, oh, but it's just so much better over there. It's so quaint and picturesque, and like, sure, it is very picturesque. I knew that localized community existed here. I'm trying to relearn what real community is, and frankly, the local populations here are wary of outsiders right now because there's this influx of migration happening. And yeah, they're worried about exploitation, as they should be. There's a lot of investors who just like buy up properties. They don't actually live here, and then they just rent them out for tourism and stuff like that. And that has a pretty serious impact on housing. There's a pretty urgent housing shortage on the island. So like, I didn't come here thinking, ooh, I'm going to take advantage of these like beautiful locales. That wasn't my attitude. My attitude was, people know what's real here because everyone knows each other. Communities themselves still understand what's real, and I knew that mode, it's just grounded in the real, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted to be in a place that was grounded by the real. And yes, it's gorgeous. And yes, I found a really beautiful house. I was very lucky. I didn't know that these gardens were here. I got the inspection and everything looked good, and I just needed to get the hell out of Alberta. I also wanted somewhere where my kids had a fair shot at a normal life. What has been on my mind though, you know, fascism, yikes. What kind of perplexes me is you can feel fascism, and very few people will say that's fascism until it's way too late, and not really understanding how they got here. This Avalon, she looks like a peony. It's like, how do you call it out? How do you see it before you're in it, right? This is what's been on my mind. Why is it so sneaky? And what is this icky feeling I get when, even in leftist or progressive circles, what is this icky feeling of like, but this feels like fascism? And what is that? Where is it coming from? Stewing on it. And in my reading, just like thinking, and I think the load-bearing piece of it is homogenization. Fascism is homogenization to the extreme. Everyone thinking the same, being expected, coerced, punished if they don't, think the same, to believe the same things. I think that is kind of like the crux of what fascism is. And the antidote to that is not just diversity, okay? So I know I sound a little preachy here. The antidote, got your toe, and then you've got your antitote. That's just carrying all your stuff in your arms. Yeah. The antidote to it is not just diversity, okay? So we've got this These like diversity, equity, and inclusion, and everyone just says it, you know, diversity, equity, inclusion, diversity, equity, inclusion. In terms of cultural diversity, very valid. Yeah, you need cultural diversity, for sure. Not just skin color, not just background, not just experiences, not just gender, not just sexuality. Diversity of thought is the load-bearing piece of diversity. In my humble opinion, that is what prevents fascism from taking hold. There's white supremacist fascism, 100%. But there's also communist fascism. There's also socialist fascism. There's capitalist fascism. Every ideology comes with a flavor of fascism if the means to achieving it are homogenization, compelling people to all believe the same thing. Okay, yeah, I know I'm sounding preachy, but a balanced society is one that no ideology eclipses the other. There has to be room for all of it. Okay, let's take a break and just rinse off these daffodil stems. And I couldn't place it for a long time. I was like, what is it? We ought to know this by now, but you know who's really good at performing values and not actually acting on them? Centrists, liberals. You're gonna be like, oh my god, Sarah's gone right? No, I haven't gone right, you dipshits. Forget about right versus left, okay? Forget it. Right now, it's top versus everyone else. The rampant privatization. It's not just AI. It's the powers that are forcing us into AI, which includes the current liberal government. Anyone who isn't acting on behalf of the people, I'm sorry to say, but they're bad right now. There's no easy answer, y'all. There's no YouTube short that's gonna give you the answer. There's no freaking reel. There's no podcast. There's no blog. What is required in this moment is rich, critical thinking, healing your mind from the apps. I have all my socials on desktop because our phones are now designed to be more addictive than ever, explicitly and intentionally. This is why I do flowers. This is why I need flowers. Gotta get off your phones. Okay, our phones gather more data than you can fucking imagine. Non-consensually, terms of service don't mean anything anymore. That's just a whole thing that I can't even start on that. I'm a communications specialist, okay? This is not me being conspiratorial, this is me understanding my job. It's hard because it's like, there's these really massive seeming problems. Oh god, what can I do to stop capitalism? I'm just one person, right? Protesting doesn't seem to do anything anymore. What are our options? The most effective action you can take right now, the one where you will see results the fastest, results that benefit your communities, your families, the people around you, divest from your phone, build new habits, rebuild your old habits. I will tell you, as soon as you don't have this device stealing your attention, stealing your time, tracking all your data, selling your data back to you, using your data to influence you, change your behavior. As soon as that's not always there, everything changes. Everything. You will be shocked at how different the world feels. And then, once you see it, you're gonna become like me. Get off your phones, get off your phones. Like, what do you think AI is for? What do you think chatbots are for? Right? We're giving these systems every detail about our lives. We're training them with our cadences, we're training them with the way we use language, we're training them by adding alt text to our images. For accessibility, of course, but for other reasons also. Those two things can exist at the same time. So the fastest solution, get off your phone. Okay, I need to focus a bit here. Lily of the Valley. Turning everything into songs helps. Columbine, let's go. Oh, she's pretty. There's Black Barlow all in there. I can't even see the teapot, but good thing I used it. I'm not talking much about design today, am I? It's life in florals and the end of the world. Of course we're gonna be talking about the hard shit. We gotta. I'm not really here for the just like Instagram, pretend everything's okay, you know? Just like, oh, I just can't. I'm just gonna protect my peace. Your peace? What is your peace? What do we mean by that? Social media apps increase the effects of ADHD. Okay, so if you have ADHD, you are supercharging it with social media. So let's start there. Supercharged ADHD comes with anxiety. That's a pretty classic symptom of ADHD, anxiety. So you're on the apps constantly, no break longer than 3 hours, constantly picking up your phone, can't really even watch a movie without checking the apps, checking notifications. And your anxiety is getting worse. So to handle your anxiety, more than anything, you're protecting your peace. Oh, I'm just gonna protect my peace. And then you go to your gorgeously curated Instagram feed and you watch the reels and you watch the shorts and you check in on your favorite flower farmers and who really, like, some of those accounts don't look anything like they did a couple of years ago because they've been conditioned by the platforms to change their behavior to accommodate shortening attention spans because the apps themselves are causing shortened attention spans. Also, another outcome of heavy social media usage and heavy smartphone usage, erosion of empathy. So you might feel tons of empathy for causes across the world and tons of empathy for these like movements, lots of collective empathy. But one-on-one, you might think, I just can't, maybe I have autism. I'm on the spectrum. It's my ADHD, that's the problem. That's why I can't connect. And all of those diagnoses are legitimate. I'm on the spectrum. They're not excuses to unempathetic behavior. If you can't connect with people anymore, maybe you could before, or maybe you just can't really remember. That's all social media addiction. That's why it's happening. So like I said, the most profound action you can take right now that will have a real impact on your mental health, your family, is decoupling yourself from your phone and from the apps. Move everything to desktop to start as an exit strategy. And then little by little, reduce your usage. Because as soon as you move it to desktop, those habits change. Did you know that behavioral science shows the most effective way to change behavior is not through information? You know, I'm saying all this knowing that it's really unlikely I'm going to change anyone's behavior, but who knows? But it's changing the environment. Your habits will not change through information alone. I like this a lot. It's sort of like my subconscious is just sort of like, we need this, we all need this. Let's just make something real pretty. I know I'm a goof. I'm an absurdist, okay? My whole mode is existential absurdism. What is existential absurdism? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's not thinking of life as a joke, okay? It's not that. It's not dissociating. It's not nihilism. Existential absurdism is knowing how absurd everything is. Everything just feels insane. The way people behave. Politics happening right now. Things like we still can't be critical of, like, Israel. That's absurd. Without every institution. Existential absurdism, it's basically just looking at the world and being like, this is all insane, but there's so much beauty, and it's still so fun, and I still get to do this. Even while the world is burning, we can just like talk about flowers and grow gardens and like be friends with critters. That's also absurd in a really beautiful way. It doesn't mean we don't take things seriously, and it doesn't mean we don't have opinions. It doesn't mean we don't speak truth to power when we can. Ooh, I should add these fairy wings in here. It just means that we laugh despite it. It's just going, okay, yeah, all right, fine. I'm gonna fight in my way, and I'm also gonna laugh. And there's no better way of defanging power than laughing at it. There's a lot of power in laughter. And there's a lot of power in keeping your heart light. It doesn't mean you stop caring about everything. Fascism is everywhere right now. It's in our online spaces that demand conformity to certain ideologies. There are values. Yes, there are values. Civil rights, yes, 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 yes. Block noise, obviously. Block the noise, but there are signals that we need to still be aware of, and a lot of them are really uncomfortable signals. We have to stay aware of those signals, otherwise they're gonna bite us. So don't fall for the lull of homogenization, of everything being familiar and easy. I'm just gonna protect my peace. Don't fall for it. And you'll have a lot more room in your mind once you've decoupled from the spaces that are stealing all your time. This was a bit of a heavy one, but look at these flowers. I build this life for myself in order to, I want to plug into the tactility of things. I want to be able to slow down and notice when something is beautiful, because that's where I find peace. The ability to go slow in a world that feels frantic. That feels like agency to me. That I can choose to go slow, that's my freedom. Okay, great, let's go to pics. This is my laundry room. Well, we got here. We did it. This is the baby that was born from that labor. Ooh, I'm gonna do some partial splits again. This is what I'm doing to get my face in the frame. And just to stay limber. I'm almost 50. Luckily this table's quite strong. Thanks for listening to my gripes and my moans, but also thanks for following. See, I'm just like nourishing myself. Ah! Okay. My butt. Thanks for following, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching. Family and friends, miss you, love you. This is gonna sound like this the most awkward. This is fine, it's great. One of my besties is coming to visit on Sunday, and I'm really excited. Can't wait, need the company. I'm going to start meeting people too, obviously, but there's just been so much to get done first. Oh, I'm getting a little, it's hard to hold this. Lots more coming in the garden, of course. When is there not lots more coming in the garden? Probably around November. Well, okay, great. We'll see you next time. Oh, shit. I'm seeing places of the ceiling I've missed. There's spots I didn't paint. Oh, damn it. There were tulips and anemones, columbine and peonies, daffodils and lily of the valley.